I don't think there's a person out there, rich or poor, who'd complain about giving to a cause that is good or a product that is sound. But this government is not good, and its product is not sound. All I know is you don't give a cigarette to a guy trying to stop smoking, or Jack Daniels to the dude trying to get off the bottle. So why feed Washington's fix? That's what's rich, my friends. And that's what is making all of us poor. Just me, my opinion. Anyway, that'll do it here. I'm going to see you 1 hour Fox Business Network. We're going to give you the results of today's poll. Today we're asking this question. Would you support raising the retirement age to fix Social Security? Vote throughout the next hour. Tune in at 6 p.m. on FBN to get the results. Also, look around the site here. See what everyone is talking about. Computer magazines, news magazines, all the major news shows, the president, Congress, everybody tonight.
Well, hello, America. I told you earlier this week about George Soros and the funding that he sent to the Center for American Progress. Not really a place known for its, cost-cutting measures, but it did a little booklet on education. And it said these are the things, these are the niche items that we can cut from education. Are you ready? U.S. history, constitutional studies, and anything to do with economics. That's what the Center for American Progress, they say that is niche, the Constitution. Well, the reason why I wanted to tell you about that is because that niche history is being erased, and it's only going to get much, much worse. The way history has been disappearing, you have to ask yourself why. Why haven't you been taught some of the things that you've learned on this program? Because history serves as a damning series of rock-solid evidence that progressive policies do not work. The only way to convince people to keep trying them is to keep changing the names, places, dates, erase whole sections of history. You've got to change history. Progressives are an enemy to the Constitution. They want to progress past the Constitution. Woodrow Wilson and FDR are propped up as great American presidents. If you read anything about Woodrow Wilson, you will not believe that this guy isn't known as one of the worst presidents of all time. Racist, awful, awful man. I don't even have to start with his policies. Oh, but I could. But this guy is remembered as neutral at best. We're told about all the wonderful things FDR did. You know, he got us out of the New Deal, out of the Great Depression. No, wait a minute. Can we ask this question? Why is the Depression called the Depression every other country except for America? In America, it's called the Great Depression because of the policies of FDR. Now, have you ever heard of Calvin Coolidge? If so, what do you know about him? You read anything in your history books and they'll say, oh, look, he ran a laissez-faire style government. Oh, let's just pause for a moment and savor the thought of laissez-faire government. I don't even know what that means. Calvin Coolidge. The president progressives need you to forget about. He was actually Ronald Reagan's favorite president, or one of them. He drastically reduced the size of government and thwarted a depression. A depression in 1920? Did you even know that? Bigger, deeper than 1929. What did he do to get out of that depression, out of that decline? The country was in horrible shape when he came into office, and then when he left, it was the Roaring '20s. Another little fact progressives don't want you to notice. Tonight we'll take a close look at America's, well, one of the best presidents I think we've ever had that you don't know very much about. David Petrucia is here. He is a historian and author of Silent Cow's Almanac. He also, you wrote 1920.
Year of the Sixth President.
Which is an unbelievable book you should read. Amity Shlaes is also here. Amity, she wrote the book The Forgotten Man before I knew anything about progressivism. As I was seeing the economy starting to spiral out of control, I picked up this little book called The Forgotten Man. Amity is responsible for much of the nightmare that people call me now, because I learned so much from that book and got me kind of into this Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole that is now called the Glenn Beck program.